Hello. My name is Koreina Cat, and this is Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest playthrough. Yes. We did Keeper of the Lake last video. And I would like to reiterate, we don't like to complain about everything. We've done a lot of complaining, but the group we had just was a little lackluster. Is all. And I'm having issues with my mouse, but anyway, yeah.
Yes.
We really love this game and most of its players. So, you know, shit happens. Fine. Maybe they're having an off day. We don't know. Anyway, I think my mouse might be fixed now. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Alright, Alphano. Aether on demand.
Ere I forget, I believe Moenbryda has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves.
Yeah, boy. Moenbryda, dairy. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? She's such a great character.
Yeah, I love her.
She's great.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Aether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Moenbryda.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Moenbryda makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangrid and Papalimo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moenbryda. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Gallian threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Arianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Hmm.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Twould seem that events have have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I might ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area, and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilrid will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties taken. Northern Fatalis. Do they not?
Alright, sorry about that. Dog all day long. Alright, you may continue.
Your duties take you to Northern Thanalan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Philomin travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort.
At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. Pretty sure her voice has changed every single time.
Yeah.
We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Dearie. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Dearie. How extraordinary that my little Ascilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. Involved is a strong word. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague.
A colleague with influential connections. But I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah! Woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. Ho ho!
Hee hee, dearie, hee hee. Oh, ah ha ha ha. I shall be well protected, it seems.
Shall we be on our way then?
Yes, dearie. Yes, let's go. Granny needs to make some cookies.
You hear that, Xaeus? Cookies!
So I know she's probably not as old as I'm making her sound. But she looks like a grandma.
I feel like that was the goal, but I don't think she's that old. But I also forget how long Mikote live.
I thought they were pretty average, like, human-ish lifespan, but I might be wrong. Wilfred. I'm adding an F in his name.
Commander Levio sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Amalja. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing: getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings.
Welcome indeed, dearie.
No. Corporal Maors, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen you see have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. Ha! 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 I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring in troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial Army. I would once again ask for your aid. We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the Castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I've apprised your fellow Scions of the situation, and I'm heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Alien, and lend your much welcomed strength to the counteroffensive.
Yeah, my strength. Strength. Is she a warrior?
She is.
That's great. Oh my god. Oh, it's a baby Odin. Cute.
The heavens shall fall upon thee.
Glad to have you with us, Exolia, as I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained. The Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridianum.
Their main column assembles to the north near Delamit's Talents, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men.
Captain Ilberd.
Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows welcome. Bid you come lend a hand. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses, and add their numbers to your counterattack.
The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls.
Aye. It would be best to avoid staging battle anywhere near this much cerulean. Let's take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scion shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yu Hase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now.
Onwards! Oh, hey, Xaeus. How's it going?
No, Is it... What happened to the puff?
Oh, I have a new friend to follow me around. Meet little baby Midgard Sormer.
Oh, how cute. Hello, little... what?
He is the father of dragons. The dragon daddy, if you will. A little
Did
delayed.
you hit your head?
No, he talks to me too. Oh, he's almost like a little Toothless. Because he has the red tail.
Good work, Exalia. Where to now?
This direction. Motherfucker. Hey, you want to get in? Might as well join.
Yes!
Whee! Okay, we're here.
Oh. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, sire. Our operations invariably succeed when you are around, and victories are one to pave the road to greater calm. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. Hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground, and make sure we root out all those would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous Wolf back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Wolf.
Onwards.
I don't trust him.
Trust who?
The commander, I assume.
I don't know what his rank is. Oh, shit.
Look out.
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't kill all of them.
There can be a first time for everything.
B. Wee.
This is kind of... Look out. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Gallians won't be making it back to the Castro. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Ascian know the West is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Einstein. Woof. Woof with me, soldiers. Oh, woof, woof, sir. Corporal Moors, what news of the Gallians?
I killed them.
The raiding parties are no more, then? Excellent. The Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Elian has reported a sound victory over the main column, and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogan lady with the large axe? 'Twould appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sword such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check on her before you continue on your way. Are you all done here?
Yes. We. It's a little less intimidating when I'm just,
Fear the mighty warrior of light who isn't compensating for anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
Look up.
Yay.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
An Ascian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of Lahabrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger. Oh!
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Hurry to Revenant's Toll. Oh no, we must save Minfilia. God damn it. Now I'm gonna click on Midgard Stormer. You're here. Master Louis Swall's staff is kept in the solo, isn't it? Quickly now. Run! Run like your life depends on it.
You two!
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Hebrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moenbryda!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
The chrysalis.
Moenbryda, no!
I'm shocked that didn't kill her. Forget about me. Go!
Make me party leader, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Come on, let's go punch this dude in the face. So he's just a creep.
Yeah.
Got the damn mutton chops to prove it. Ah, my eyes. That's why I don't like sitting in a dark room.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but let Minfilia go.
Ah, shit. I don't like that. Which one do we run into?
Opposites.
What happens if they get to him?
He gets more powerful.
Oh. What happens if I don't do opposites? Ah!
You die. Insatiable hunger of the void, devour all light. Xaeus!
Secret Ascian man. That was what the achievement was called. Yay! We saved Moenbryda. And by we, I mean Xaeus, because I was dead.
She's fine.
My thanks. Onwards.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No, no! You cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free! Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moenbryda, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now. The choice you made in death. There is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moenbryda, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Moenbryda. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moenbryda's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moenbryda?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Oriange know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moenbryda hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moenbryda and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hither to the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moenbryda. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moenbryda discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moenbryda truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moenbryda, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moenbryda gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Aether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moenbryda in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
I don't want to play the game anymore.
Can't talk, crying.
Jeez. That was something.
That was heartbreakingly beautiful.
I was keeping it together until Urianger came in and me realizing that he found out through closed doors. And I'm like, well, shit. And then here I was crying.
She said she would make you a blade of light if it was the last thing she did.
That's what she did. To her very last. How the hell do we just continue off of that, though? Never have I seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Charlian Manor to celebrate Moenbryda's life and mourn her passing. I'm already running over, but I feel like I shouldn't just leave it there. So this is just gonna be a long video, okay, everybody? As Moenbryda was a native of Charlian, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found in Wraithfrost, and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. Thaliak, whatever. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peace return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Moenbryda showed us the way forward at the cost of her own life. What worth is her sacrifice if we do not follow where it leads? Let us gather at Wraithfrost and show our respects for our fallen comrade. Then we shall continue the work she's begun. I don't want to believe she's really gone.
The loss of those close to you is never easy, and Ida was closer to Moenbryda than most.
Oh, shit. Oh.
As ever, I was a step too late.
Goddamn, Thinkard. Was there aught we might have done to save her? 'Tis foolish to torture oneself with such thoughts, but the heart is ofttimes deaf to quiet reason. Ugh. Well. Oh. It is eerily quiet. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Hi, Xaeus.
Hey.
I don't want to know how you just went through the wall.
Never you mind such things.
So the fact that Yida was so close to Moenbryda makes the fact that her first words were, "Does Urianger know?" ever the more sad.
Yeah.
Well, Midgard-Stormer, you wanted to see my strength. Here it is.
Forgive me, Moenbryda. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
The hell? Alright. Back to the Rising Stones.
How are the Scions taking it?
I'm sure they're each mourning in their own way.
And how will you mourn?
Probably by hunting down and killing every Ascian possible. That seems like the most logical course of action. Oh gosh, they're all sitting separately. The Rising Stones feels somehow colder. Moenbryda always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer.
We must find some means of protecting ourselves from Ascian intrusions. There must be a way.
I don't feel like talking at the moment. If you could just give me some time. Oh, God.
I loathe to see Ida in such pain. but I have not the words to comfort her. Can you imagine it? I, Papa Limo, the one who has an elegant comment for every situation, am at a loss for words.
I'm crying all over again, damn it. It's kind of telling of his character that he insults her so much and is constantly questioning her intelligence, but at the same time, every time that I've spoke to him during this, his immediate thought is just about Ida.
Yeah.
So, I guess in his own way, he really cares about her.
It doesn't excuse it, but
yeah,
he does those things because he's hard on her. Or because he's hard on her because he cares.
Yeah. Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, 'tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Xaeus? I do. Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moenbryda, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words. A reaffirmation? Reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Xaeus. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost, to honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new day. Okay. Well, I guess we can call that one there. I don't have much words, honestly. And I know it just gets worse from here. Oh god. Anyway. Until next time on Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest playthrough. Goodbye.